Today, I'm going to quickly show you how to take your false lashes from looking like this to this in just a few easy steps. So for my lashes today, I'm going to use lashes from my small business, The Bright Lashes. All of my lashes are only $12. They're made with synthetic fiber, so there's no animal fur, and they can be reused many times. If you want to check out any of my styles from The Bright Lashes, you can use the code YouTube to get 15% off your first purchase. So today, I'm going to use the style All Natural, and I love this lash for my version of an everyday glam look. Let's zoom in and get super close up. So as you can see, my eyeshadow is completely done. If you want to know what palette I'm wearing today, I did use the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. So the first thing I like to do is lightly line my lash line with either a dark brown or a black eyeshadow. So I'm just going to take the dark brown shade from the palette on an angled brush, and I'm going to stamp that shadow along my top lash line. You could use a real eyeliner if you wanted to, like a pen, a gel, or a pencil, but I like to use an eyeshadow because I find that it gives a softer look to my lash line. And with this dark shadow, I'm not going to go all the way into my inner corner. I'm kind of stopping around right here. Next, you want to apply some mascara on your lashes. I'm going to use my favorite mascara, which is the Tower 28 Make Waves. And I like to do my mascara first because it kind of helps the lash lay on my eyes a little bit easier. The lash kind of has something to grab onto versus if my lashes had no mascara on, the lash would kind of slide around. And I also like to do my mascara first because I don't want any mascara on the lash itself, because if I put mascara on the lash, that's going to make the lash not last as long and can be reused as many times. So when you have a fresh pair of lashes, you want to gently take them out of the case. So starting on the outer corner, I'm going to kind of push that lash off of the case, and you want to do this by the base of the lash. Don't actually grab the little hairs of the lash. And then once you get the lash about halfway off, you can gently pull again from the base of the lash to get it off just like that. Now, most full lashes will be way too long for your eyes, so you will have to trim it. And the first part I like to trim is this little inner corner area for the band that's still kind of sticking out. That can just be really uncomfortable, so I just snip that right off. Next, you want to trim some of the outer part of the lash so it's not going to hang off your eye. And to kind of measure that, I'm going to lay the lash down. And I don't like my inner corner to go all the way into my actual inner corner. I just find that to be so uncomfortable. I know some people will put it like all the way into there, but oh my gosh, I hate when that stabs my eye. So I'm gonna lay that lash down. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're just measuring right now. But you can see there's about like 2 to 3 clusters that hang off the edge of my eye. So I'm gonna snip those off. And because I've worn this style so many times, I kind of know exactly how much to cut off. So I'm gonna trim it about right here. And there is a lash that is now trimmed to fit my eye. Next, I'm going to take a brush on glue, and I'm going to brush on a thin layer of glue on the entire lash band. And my favorite glue is the Duo brush on glue with the green writing on it. So that is how much glue I have on the lash, and I'm going to let this get a little bit tacky for about 20 to 30 seconds. And while the glue is getting tacky, I'm going to kind of wiggle the lash band around just to get it a little bit more flexible so it's easier to maneuver when it's on my eye. So I like to look down into a little handheld mirror as I apply my lash. And I'm going to start by pressing the lash down on the center of my lid and then press down the outer and inner corner. And as that glue starts to dry down a little bit more, I'm going to really make sure this inner corner is pressed down because that is always the first spot to pop off. Now I'm going to let this lash dry down completely for about 2 minutes. And you can tell that the lash is dried down once there is no more glue showing or any kind of shine of the glue, because the glue does dry down clear. Next, I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to pinch along the base of the lashes, and that's going to squeeze my natural lashes with the fake ones. And this is where we're really going to start to blend the lash into our eye so it looks very seamless. And by pinching the lash, you can see that now my tight line is kind of peeking through, and I will fix that later. And I think that's one of like the biggest game changers. So now that the lash is completely glued down to my eye, I like to take a little bit of a black eyeshadow and I'm going to stamp along that lash band. And I'm using that same small angled brush I used earlier. So right now you can see there's a big gap right here in my inner corner where you can see a lot of skin peeking through. And that's because, again, I don't like to apply my lash all the way into my inner corner just because I find it so uncomfortable. So I'm going to fill in that little area with some liner. And for this step, I recommend using some kind of stiff liner, nothing that's too creamy and that's going to transfer. So I'm going to use this black cream gel from the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette, and using my same little angled brush, I'm going to fill in this very inner corner of my eye. And then I like to line my tight line area, which is this little spot right under my lash where all that skin is showing. So I'm going to take more of that cream gel liner and line my tight line. So now you can see how this lash just looks so naturally blended into my natural lashes, and it's laying really nicely on my lash line. And I just really think that using that tiny bit of black in the tight line and in the inner corner makes everything look so much more smooth. So I hope you were able to learn a couple new tips and tricks on how to apply your lashes and how to make them look so seamless on your eye. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.